Boom, yes. James Bond, Spectre, filmed right here in Mexico City. We're gonna go take a look right now at some of the filming sites over by the Palacio de Bellas Artes. So let's go. So right behind me right here is where James Bond was standing, right on those little white marks. I don't know if you see them on the ground, but that's where James Bond, Daniel Craig, was standing at the opening shot for Spectre, right here in Mexico City. Let me show you some more from this amazing opening scene. So as Daniel Craig and the other actress, who is a Mexican actress, I don't remember her name, I'm sorry for her, they were standing right here next to this post at the opening shot. The camera pans over, there's a crazy guy that comes down and he turns and he walks down this alleyway right here. James Bond, instead of following them, turns and walks down this direction, which is going to take us supposedly into the Grand National Hotel. Grand National Hotel, however, is 11 minutes away by walking over near the Zocalo. That's pretty amazing. That's some movie magic. But anyway, they'll walk right up here. There was an awning here that's a big black awning, and they go right inside this door. And that's supposed to be the entrance to the Grand National Hotel. So this is the Hotel Grand National. This is where they walked into, and they went right up here to the third floor on this beautiful elevator right here. Then James Bond climbs out a window and we go back to the other location. So let's go back. So after James Bond climbs out the window of the Grand National Hotel, he's actually up there in the sky. They CGI'd a whole bunch of scenery up on top of this building, but he continues to run along the edge of the building. And he goes over this way. Let me get closer. So Daniel Craig will continue to run right along that edge there, come down on some equipment there, like air conditioning ducts and things like that. And he runs down along this wall, and when he gets to that gray parapet up there, there's actually a gap in the building that goes all the way down. That was all CGI'd in the movie. It doesn't even exist on the real building right here. And he continues down to the end of the building. Now the bad guy does run down this hallway and he goes up into this building, which is the Teatro Frou Frou, and he goes up to that window right there, and that's where he's having his nefarious meeting with the bad guys. James Bond, and I'll flip around, is right on top of the roof of the building I'm standing in front of. And James Bond is right up there, right on that parapet, listening, eavesdropping, with his gun, ready to go, ready for action. Well, things do get action-packed at this point. Up in this apartment, they end up blowing up a bomb. This entire building blows, and there was a fancy ornamentation that was across the top of the building up there. That doesn't even exist. That was all CGI'd into the movie. And then as this building collapses, woo, James Bond takes off running back across the building as this building begins to collapse as well. And then he falls and lands, ironically, right down here on a sofa, of all things. Comes out a doorway that they put right here, and he looks over and he sees this sign is collapsed. The bad guy runs out of this building, and the way you can see it in the movie, those lights right there line up perfectly with this shot. And then the bad guy runs across the street and down a stairwell over here, and the bad guy, just like this man, runs down those steps and comes running down this way. James Bond comes out from the steps that are over here, these steps right here, and then they chase each other all the way down that way to go to the Zocalo. They run along the parade route along the way. And of course, this is the Zocalo. Zocalo is where the big helicopter scene happened to wrap up everything. Viva Mexico. And that, my friends, is my dissection of James Bond Spectre 007 right here in Mexico City. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.